We have the new LCS quick release removable prop system from Efoil. Just got it in. We're going to install it in the video, kind of do an unboxing here for you, show you all the parts and pieces, install it on foil, and then get out there and try it out. The new system has a higher pitched prop. Both the three blade fixed and the folding prop have a higher blade pitch, which you can definitely feel on the water. And then that cool removable quick release setup. So really nice. It's not cheap, and you kind of need both parts to make it usable, unless you want to go quick release between the fixed three blade prop, with a shroud and without a shroud. That would work if you just got that kit. But most people are going to go ahead and get the full shrouded fixed prop with a folding prop, and that's going to be a full kit. If you've already watched the video on how to install the folding prop, we did or someone else did, this is very similar. There's just a couple key differences. You can just kind of forward through this. So just like installing the normal folding prop, we're going to remove this fixed three blade propeller here by taking off the screw, the little retaining shoulder bolt on the end. I like to use a wooden handle to kind of secure that the blades of the prop to the shroud separators to kind of get that off. Once that's out, this one was actually kind of stuck on there, so I'm using the handle of a rubber mallet just to tap it. I'm just giving a little tappy tap on each one of those blades to kind of pop it off. And there's no corrosion or anything. It was just a little tight. That shaft has lithium grease on it, so it usually just slides right off. This one was tight for some reason. So we got that off. We're going to take the four retaining bolts that go into the shroud spacer off, undo all those, and then remove the shroud right off of the shaft. So the new setup doesn't need a pin. So put that in a plastic bag with all of your other hardware in case you ever want to use that old setup again. That's part of the quick release. It's ingenious the way they did it. Kind of use that pinhole that's already on the old shaft. So now we're going to take our new base kit. A little bit on this. That centerpiece looks like it's metal. Looks like a metal bushing. It's not a metal bushing. It's actually like a hard rubber. I thought they came the wrong size. I thought they were the wrong size. Like, I can't get this thing on there. It's the wrong size. It just stretches right over the shaft to make it watertight, or at least keep as much water out as possible. So we're just going to line this up with those retaining bolt holes that came out of the shroud, and then we're not going to use the old bolts because they're too long. This kit came with shorter bolts, 4 little short shoulder bolts with a Allen key head. And then a little kit with Loctite in it, blue Loctite. And we're definitely going to Loctite these suckers on there. The name of the game with anything in the prop is Loctite it on there. Just don't use the red, use the blue, so it's removable. Red Loctite is made to not come off, or at least that's my understanding. So use the blue, it'll come right off. So once the base kit is installed, now we have 2 options. We have the shroud, or we have the spacer. I'm going to install the spacer first. Line up the 2 little clippy doos on the little receiver doos, and clippity clip. We're on there. Click. There it is. We're in. We're off. We're in. We're off. Never gets old. And then once that spacer's on, we can just slip that folding prop right on there. So when I recorded this, this is the first time I put the folding prop on here. And I thought you had to kind of line it up. You don't actually have to line it up. You can just kind of slip it on there. You don't even have to press the 2 indents on the side. You can just slip it on there and then turn the folding prop, and those little 2 little pins will slide right into the shaft pin slot on there, and it'll line up. You got to make sure it's click though, so it's locked, and really easy to kind of switch on and off. So that's cool. And now the install is pretty much done. You can see, switching to the fixed prop with the shroud is easy peasy. Goes right on. Again, I'm pressing those in. You don't have to do it. You can just slide it on there and turn it till it clicks. And I'm kind of figuring it out here in the video for the first time. Just make sure it clicks on there before you go and use it. So because of that pitch change on the prop that I talked about in the beginning, the actual shroud is wider as well. Which is cool, I guess. I mean, it's just wider. It's no big deal. So it actually protects from the entire, width of the prop, which makes sense. But we're not going to use the fixed prop. We're going to use the folding prop because that's what it's all about. That's why we're switching the prop out. We want to go try the folding prop out in Bellingham Bay and tear it up on some waves. So we're going to go ahead and install that folding prop and then get out there and get wet. But before we do that, we're going to do a little weigh-in. The word on the street is that the new folding prop is lighter than the old folding prop, that the new fixed prop is lighter than the old fixed prop. So let's see how they weigh in. All right, we have the finely calibrated and tuned postage scale, and we're gonna weigh everything that spins. The name of the game is you want lightweight things to spin for efficiency. So we're weighing the pin, the retaining bolt, and the prop, and that fixed setup weighs in at 5.7 ounces, which is pretty good. That's actually pretty light. The new one weighs in at 6 ounces, so it's actually a little heavier, which kind of makes sense. Actually, if you look at it. The folding prop's the one we all want to know about. So the old folding prop weighs in at 8 ounces, the old one with all the parts and pieces. We're going to stick the new one on there. Now, the new folding prop is really light. It feels really light. So let's see. New folding prop is 5.8 ounces. So beats it quite a bit lighter. So a lot of weight savings on the folding side. On the 200 here. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just trying to get some big ones so I can let off the throttle with the new folding prop, the new LCS folding prop here. We'll see. These are pretty little. Whoa, that was close. So it took some getting used to actually with the new folding prop versus the other. The torque on start, I could really feel it. Like I've quite a bit of time on the old props. So, I think if you have a lot of other time on the props, you're gonna have to just take a second to get used to it. But once I was up and rolling, the higher pitch is much better. A lot more torque, so I can operate at a lower power setting, it felt like. Starting to pick up some steam. I'm gonna get over there in position, see if we can't catch some waves. Finally got some of those waves out there. Here I am. You can see that boat out in the front there. If you need anything we can help you out with, please call us 281-508-6485 or check us out online, HoustonKiteboarding.com.